Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today I did something really weird. Believe it or not, I signed into Black Ops 6, and I played the game, and I did this for a couple of reasons. Number A, I wanted to record footage of the new season because I am out of footage pretty much for Black Ops 6 entirely. That's why we've seen so much Black Ops 4 footage here on the channel as of late. Number B, Tom Henderson revealed to us that he did an interview with the guy who designed skill-based matchmaking within the Call of Duty franchise, and that interview will be going up soon. So number C, I wanted to run an experiment of my own on the matchmaking within this game. We all know about Activision's manipulative bullshit with the COD franchise, right? We all know how every match feels predetermined. We know how Call of Duty feels like a shell of its former self. Well, what if I told you guys I seem to have gotten around all of that here today? And again, I feel like this is especially relevant because soon we're going to be seeing that interview from Tom Henderson being posted, and you guys may have already noticed something a bit off with the gameplay right here. I mean, sure, Grind is back, it's a really good map, but what in the world is the other team doing? They aren't using jackals, they aren't butt sliding around the map, they're all just dropping like flies. Maybe Nero is just locked in, but I promise I'm not, man. Like, the reason why there was no video yesterday when Season 2 Reloaded went live was I was as sick as a dog. I'm still not feeling amazing today, but I don't know if it was like food poisoning or the stomach flu or what, but I spent the entire day laying in bed hugging a trash can. I am dehydrated as hell, my entire body is sore, I haven't touched Call of Duty in like a month. In fact, I've only put in 11 hours total into the game's multiplayer since hitting Prestige Master back in December. I am rusty as rusty can be, yet my matches are looking like this. What I did for this to happen was I tested the theory that somebody mentioned on my live stream a while back. It turns out you can actually disable crossplay when playing on Xbox, but you have to do it from your console settings, like open up settings, go to privacy, and all this, that, and the other. I know that PlayStation players just have an option within Black Ops 6 itself to turn off crossplay, but on Xbox it's a bit more annoying because you basically have to tell your console, no, doesn't matter what the game, do not match me with players on opposite platforms. After doing this, I played 10 matches. That's all, just like 10 quick matches, and I recorded the results, and holy shit if it does not feel like skill-based matchmaking was turned off entirely. Like, the obvious thing here is there are barely any jackals, there's not a lot of butt sliding, people's aim in general is not all that good. Basically, it feels like old school Call of Duty, and on top of that, I would see people sniping, there were people using shotguns, melee weapons, light machine guns, and I would also notice repeat names in my lobbies as well. Somebody I played against 2 matches ago would end up in my lobby later on, and in general, connectivity felt a lot better. And the theory going into this was if I turned off crossplay entirely, there would be a much smaller pool of players for Activision to choose from when designing a lobby to basically buttfuck me with, right? This does come with a downside, however, because matchmaking queues were taking much longer than normal, call it 1 to 3 minutes usually to find a match, and that may be because I'm only matching with other people who also have crossplay turned off on their Xbox, but I am a-okay with that. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather spend more time finding a match that's fun compared to quickly finding a match that Activision handpicked to optimize my engagement with. And let me tell you guys, my engagement actually went up a ton today because my matches were genuinely fun to play in. It just goes back to the entire idea of skill-based matchmaking and why it's a horrible thing and why we talk about it so much here in the channel. When the game is organically fun to play, player engagement goes up. It's really that simple. Like, when I was playing here, I didn't feel like I won because the game wanted me to win, and when I lost, it didn't feel like it was my turn to lose. It honestly felt a lot like Black Ops 4 and the other pre-Warzone Call of Duty games. Basically, I would do pretty well every single match, which meant I would win pretty much every single match, with the exception of sometimes when my team would just really do nothing and let me down. Like, here we see one of the final matches I played today. I went 84-21 in hardpoint, a 4 KD with 2.5 minutes on the hill, and like doubled the objective score of anybody in the lobby, and I still lost by 51 points. And don't think I was spamming streaks either. I was just using UAV, counter UAV, napalm throughout all these matches, and overall, I went 511 and 153 in 10 games, which averages out to about a 3.34 KD, and honestly, things just felt really good. Now, of course, with Activision being Activision, it's entirely possible that these lobbies were designed solely to bring me back into the game, since I barely touched the game over the course of the past couple of months, but you would think with engagement optimized matchmaking and skill-based matchmaking in general, when they see me doing as well as I was doing over the course of all these games, that eventually I would start getting my comeuppance, but it never happened. In fact, my best match of the day happened 10 matches in. I know it's not a ton to go off of, but I will say there was a very noticeable difference between my crossplay off lobbies compared to when I have crossplay on, and I think this is why a lot of YouTubers who play on PlayStation disable crossplay from their menus. It eliminates the hacker problem essentially, and also provides a smaller resource pool for Activision to matchmake you with, thus meaning that your matches will feel more organic. And there is some talk about whether or not this Xbox method will still match you with PC players on Game Pass. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, I definitely think this is worth testing more and seeing how things evolve over time. And I will be interested to hear in that Tom Henderson interview if skill-based matchmaking is something that kind of changes on a platform-by-platform basis. Like, I'm just interested in that interview in general, so definitely expect a video that's going to be going up here in the coming days whenever that interview actually gets posted. But with the crossplay portion of the video now over with, let's talk about the rest of Season 2 Reloaded. Remember when we said that Bullet was likely going to be one of the worst maps in COD history? Well, we were pretty much freaking right, man. In fairness, I only played one match of this, but holy shit, I cannot imagine myself ever playing this map again. I couldn't think of a worse designed map than what we see right here. Like, imagine playing on a giant, and I mean giant, narrow hallway with sliding doors. You spawn on one side, the other team spawns on the other side, you both meet in the middle, and then stare at the doors, waiting for the other team to move through. Like, this map is like Joe Seacott's wet dream if it took place on a train, and that's literally the entire map. Like, some people will say, well, you can flank from the roof, look how cool it is up here, but good luck getting on top of the roof. The map is so long that anybody that goes on top of the roof are usually going to be snipers, and because the map is so long, they're so far away that you literally can't see them, so the moment you jump up, they're already scoped in on the one location you can jump up from, and they shoot you, and then you're back to playing the hokey pokey with the sliding doors in the middle of the map. Like, it's just bad, man. Like, the setting is neat with the moving train and everything, but overall, it's just as bad as we thought it would be. On top of that, they added new melee weapons to the game for the Ninja Turtles collaboration, and all these can be earned via the armory, and I have to question what they were thinking when it comes to these XP values, because the new perk that came out, along with the 4 melee weapons, it's going to cost something like 1.1 million XP to get all 5 of these things, which is the equivalent to almost an entire Prestige's worth of experience. Now, on top of that, if you're like me and you've not been playing the game a lot lately, there's likely going to be a bunch of things in the armory for you to unlock, things like the Slipstream perk and the FAL and some of the weapon mods, right? So for me personally, to unlock everything in the armory, it's going to take nearly the equivalent of 2 full Prestige's worth of experience to unlock these very basic things, and honestly, that's a really tall task. Like, I don't see myself personally doing that, and if I'm just like an average COD fan, right, I don't see those average COD fans doing that either. Not to mention, the optics just aren't very good. Like, the menus are so convoluted. Like, oh, there's armory unlocks, where do you go to get that? Well, you have to go into your menus, go over to challenges, from there go over to the armory, and then once you're in the armory, scroll down through there and find the thing that you're looking for and make sure to equip it, otherwise it's not going to count. It's just a really convoluted system. It's definitely a downgrade in every way compared to what we had back during Modern Warfare 3, but at least they're trying, and at least you can still unlock things that you may have missed from previous events. And aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, there really isn't a whole lot going on with Season 2 Reloaded. Like, the Ninja Turtles event starts in like 5 days time, and the bundles are already out, of course, and they are obscenely overpriced. I'm seeing so much discussion about this online, but in Fortnite, you could buy all 4 turtles for like $30, maybe even less than $30, but with Activision being Activision, here in COD, they cost almost 3 times that, at $80, and that really just goes to further proof that Activision's greed really knows no bounds. But even in my very limited time playing the game today, I did run into several people who are rocking the turtle skins, so I'm not surprised whatsoever that they continue to do this, and they continue to sell stuff in the shop and overprice things in the shop, because at the end of the day, people pay for it, and they're just going to do whatever they can to make money. So I am interested to hear what you guys think about the whole crossplay experiment down there in the comments. For me personally, there was an incredibly noticeable difference in the quality of my lobbies after disabling it entirely, and if it does really break the matchmaking system, then I'm curious to see what might happen as tons of other people start doing this, because it's definitely something that Activision does not want fans knowing about. If you play on Xbox, try disabling crossplay for a bit and see how your games feel, and let me know about your experiences down there in the comment section below. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this video here today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We're still waiting on that Tom Henderson skill-based matchmaking interview. That's definitely going to be very interesting. As soon as that interview does go up, I will post another video, but until then, thank you all so much for listening. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.